Summer, unfortunately, coming to an end. That means bring out the backpacks, bring out the lunch boxes, because it is back to school time. Parents excited, kids maybe not so much. But today, in our first back-to-school series, Healthy Lessons, we're going to be concentrating on different aspects of school life every day with some tips to help make sure that your child gets a healthy start to the new school year. And today, we're talking nutrition. So joining us now with some advice and some tips on how to ensure that our kids are getting properly nourished before, during, and after the school day is author of Dr. A's Habits of Health, Dr. Wayne Andersen. Dr. Andersen, thanks for being with us today.
Great, thanks, Dan.
Okay, obviously, first and foremost, obesity is a huge problem for kids in America.
Huge problem. I mean, obviously for adults, it's 68%. For kids, it's 17% are obese. And probably that's very conservative because of the stigmata with it. So we've got to do something now. If not, we're going to have everybody's going to be obese within the next 25 years.
Nutrition first and foremost, really, then in fighting this.
Critical. You can't out-exercise overeating.
Okay.
It has to be with nutrition. You have to know energy control,
right, and
you got to eat the right things.
Taking down 3 cheeseburgers, even if you go out and run 6 miles, is not going to work, right?
Not going to work, no.
So why do back-to-school times, why does that always present a different kind of challenge for kids, for parents as well?
Loss of control.
Okay.
Really, the parents, you know, obviously the parents have the best interest of the children. Most of the time. Some of our parents aren't great role models, but most of them know their kids need to eat healthy, even if they're not eating healthy.
Okay.
But they go back to school, and now they're at the mercy of the kid making the choice themselves. Depending on the school lunch program, it may be good, it may not be good. They may not even use it. They may go and bring their own food or share food with their friends. The other thing is they're back in school, they're not exercising. We've got rid of recess, so they're not as active. They're sitting in a chair most of the day rather than out playing or kidding around with their friends. So there's a lot of issues there.
Aside from obviously providing energy, what else does a good, nutritiously balanced meal provide for a child to be active and academically astute during the day?
They have to have the full range of all the food groups. You know, it's important to have whole wheat pastas, things that Wonder Bread that we had growing up just doesn't get it. You know, in fact, it's just pure white flour.
It tastes good, but it's filling, but not much there.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, the more complex fruits and vegetables you eat, the better. I mean, things that are natural, that have very little. When you look at the ingredients, if they have 1 to 4 labels on them, just small little nutritional labels, that's great. If they have 70 ingredients, probably not a good deal.
Okay, before, during, and after school, it's important to maintain that nutrition levels throughout the entire day.
Exactly. It starts with breakfast. You know, all the studies in the National Weight Control Registry show that people that eat breakfast every day are more likely to be healthy, to be more productive, and also maintain a healthy weight. It's critical. It starts with breakfast.
Guessing vegetables, but what are the major food groups then that parents and kids are missing out on during the school day?
Well, I'll tell you vegetables. 1/4 of Americans, they only have one vegetable, and you know what it is? French fries. Yeah.
Which sadly I don't think is necessarily classified as a vegetable.
Well, you know, technically yes, but not really. By the time we get done it and process it, put all the grease and stuff in it, it's a lot of calories, a lot of salt, a lot of unhealthy fat.
Yeah. Fast and easy to make, but doesn't give us a lot of bang for our buck.
And that's the problem. Most food we get today is processed. It's easy. Put it in the microwave, or you take it. It's prepackaged, and most of it's full of high fructose corn syrup, salt, a lot of fat.
Now, what about school lunches? I mean, because a lot of times, as you were saying, parents are giving up control of what their kids are eating, but school lunches, are they providing healthier alternatives?
Well,
because I remember growing up, I mean, it was like Pizza Wednesday, Taco Tuesday, there was always some kind of, you know.
And there's a lot of that still.
Right.
In fact, the school lunch program, the National School Lunch Program, is a little over $2 per meal. So most of the time, most of the schools will use processed food. It's very difficult to get them really to fix a meal that's full of all whole foods and things that are natural. So it's important for the parents to investigate that. Okay. What I suggest, I have 11 and 14-year-old daughters. We have them make breakfast in the morning with us. When we're having breakfast, they make their lunch. That way they pick what they like, they learn about balanced meals, and you know, they might not be so happy sometimes with the choices, but after a while they're choosing what's healthy for them, and then they take that to lunch. See, if you make a lunch for a child or give them something they may not like, they're going to dump it, you know, and do something else.
Right, exactly. Tips, tricks, things like that for parents if they're going to be making lunches?
Well, I mean, young children, like we know they need fruits and vegetables. A fun thing to do with fruit is, like, you know, make it, dice it, or put it into little melon balls, or do it some way so it's intriguing to them. Also, variety. Change the fruits up. You know, not the same, not the apple every day. You know, orange, change it up. Put some plums in there. Other types of vegetables, as well as cut up some zucchini, some carrots. Put it on a sandwich. Great thing to do with roll-ups. Take meat roll-ups and actually take. You don't want to use deli meats. You want to use the low-fat, both breast from chicken and turkey. You can actually roll them up and make it into a fun thing. Put a nice piece of cheese, which gives them their calcium. So there's a lot of things you can do to help that make it nutritious.
As opposed to loading up on that really carb heavy,
Exactly.
pasty, doughy.
Oh, terrible.
The white bread.
And not just terrible for their nutrition, but also for their learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really tough on them.
Because it's giving you that carb crash at the end of the day that, as adults, I mean, we experience that at the same time in our afternoon lull after we've loaded up on a really heavy lunch.
Exactly.
Schools, though, are they improving what they're offering to kids?
They're working on it. I mean, Michelle Obama's done a great job, and there's a lot of things out there now to make it better. But unfortunately, some schools don't have the same discipline. It's all state dependent. There's a lot of issues there. You know, I mean, the thing is, some schools still have fast food restaurants, you know, within the proximity. So it's a major challenge. But until we break that, the obesogenic world we're surrounding our kids in, we're not going to take our kids and make them healthy. In fact, the new initiative is we want kids that are thriving. To lead America to the future, we need kids that are learning, that are healthy, that are growing, and are great students.
Smart decisions being made at home, first and foremost.
All there.
Dr. Andersen, some great advice today.
My pleasure.
A great start to the new year, of course, for all of our students. Now, to find out more information and more about our back-to-school program, you can log on to the health page at abcnews.com.